we have to have a discussion about reparations here and now. There's never been a better time. Um, I can boil down everything, most of what you need to know about reparations in under 2 minutes. Okay. And here it is. They owe it, they know it, but they don't want to pay, and we can't force them to pay. Four simple steps, four simple truths. They owe it, they know it, they don't want to pay, and we can't force them to pay. Now, who are they? They are the powers that be. They who set policy, they who set prices, they who hand select personnel to implement policies, to at least on a titular level, on a surface level, direct the activities of our governing agencies and leading industrial actors. Okay. They don't want to pay it. Okay. They know that they owe it. Okay. And they know that we know that they owe it. You see, that's what all of this aggressive effort at erasure is coming from at bottom. The threat that so-called DEI and affirmative action posed to them was that the more acclimated we became, the more integrated we became in circles of, if not power, then influence, okay? Because we rarely had power. We're learning that now. More times than not, what we had could generously be described as influence, meaning we had the ear of those that had power, or maybe one or two steps removed, which is not nothing. It's more than we had before. Let's remember that before we start poo-pooing where we're at and all that. It took work to get there. We must never forget that. But at bottom, they want to erase our recollection of the debt that is owed. That's what they want. So our job is this. We know we can't force them to pay it, but we damn sure better not ever let them forget that it's owed. And like any other old debt, it just accumulates in value, or the debt just gets bigger and bigger over time. It gets bigger over time. And the crazy part about the whole reparation discussion is you don't even have to focus on the 246 years of enslavement, of formal enslavement. You could even start after that and focus on how the government welched on what it owed to us as citizens that we did not get, that other citizens got, that we were cheated out of specifically because we were the progeny of the enslaved. You could start there even, and it would be a debt that dwarfs the imagination. It's very deep. So now, because we are where we are, we're in an environment where the economic opportunities are trimming down, to put it kindly, okay? There's less and less opportunity for the rank and file citizen to make a good and comfortable living because of technological advances, which makes sense. That always happens. There's just less for people to do. AI has eaten up most of the jobs that I had coming out as a young man, okay? So when there's less to be distributed amongst the working population, people that actually have to work for a living, they got to start getting rid of people, okay? But we wouldn't even be having that discussion if reparations had been paid timely when they were supposed to be paid. So if you look at a discussion and it seems like there's never a good time to have it, that means that the time to have it is now. And since they, again, are seem to be so focused on who deserves what and who earned what, well, then let's do the math for real. Let's really do the math and talk about who's owed what and who has what opportunity or whatever. It's jacked up because it seems to me like Black folks were happy just to have the opportunity to compete for work, to continue to work for the grand system to keep it going. We just wanted to compete. We had even stopped asking for what was really owed. Well, now that, y'all are acting like this, Let's really do the math. Let's start digging into the history of where a lot of this money comes from. And the good news is our scholarly community has already done that work. They have not let us down. There are so many excellent texts that have been written on the ongoing economic exclusion, marginalization of Black people, going all the way back to the plantation, all the way back to enslavement. It's there. The record is there. Read The Debt by Randall Robinson. It is, I think, the seminal text on this issue. I don't think anybody has kind of done a more comprehensive job of capturing the real financial implications of the system of racial oppression as he has done there. But there are others. Read the 1619 Project. That's what scared their ass to death in the first place. They realized, oh my God, this here, Black woman with this bright red hair done drawing all this attention to the history of how this shit actually works. That racism is not about feelings, that it's about math, that racism isn't about being treated bad. Racism is about theft of wealth. That's really what she got into. So here we are. It's time to have that conversation, or to continue that conversation, and to make sure that as desperately as they may want us to forget, we will not forget, and we will not let them forget. And those of us that didn't know, if they come into our space, they're going to know. They're going to know. Black people are not positioned on the outside of the economic mainstream because of any inferiority of our capacities or any of that bullshit that some of these fools believe. It is by design. It's by design. Now, they have to believe whatever is going to help them sleep at night. That's their problem. Our problem is not letting them sleep well, especially since they're going to go on the attack the way that they have been of late. We will come back to this a time or two, I suspect. It's Freestyle Politics. Peace.